and welcome back to another episode of Carter's in the Car at Night.
Yeah.
And here we are. We are about halfway through our 40-day fast, our regime of raw vegan. So, as I'll remind everybody that this was actually Jason's idea. It was my idea originally to fast for 40 days, and I decided to do a vegan fast. And I suggested to Jason that he join me, and I suggested to him that he do vegetarian, because he's always said about how he could do without meat, and he's not really done this fasting thing much before. So, but then Jason had a different idea. Remind us what it was, Jay?
Well, I've always loved it. I've always fancied the idea, for whatever reason, of doing a raw diet just to clean out my system. And so I spontaneously said, let's do a raw diet. And Lydia said, okay. So we started, and what's been amazing about it is that Lydia has prepared some most amazing, tasty salads. The best salads I've ever had, honestly. They're really, really tasty, and you know.
Yeah, I should maybe make some recipes up.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, because I never actually write down what I do.
Yeah. However, the first 3 days were okay, but after the fourth day, I started to get headaches, fatigue, and I had bad stomach, and I think it was my body kind of expelling all the toxins in my system. And by day 7 or 8, I was kind of okay, but then I started really missing the smell of cooked food. For me, eating is an experience which combines, of course, sitting with people, eating something that tastes great, but also the smell of the preparation. And salads don't really smell. And so I think psychologically I struggled with the fact that I was eating food but there was no aroma attached to it. And we would go to people's houses and smell their dinners and go, oh, that's what I'm missing, that smell of cooked food, or smell of food being cooked,
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, I did put bean shoots in the salad, and they smell quite yummy.
They do, yeah, but...
Yeah.
And so I did cheat a couple of times, or maybe 4 times.
Cheat? He didn't just cheat, he had Jasmy's. That's fast food.
Yeah, Jasmy's is a kind of a burger chain in this region. And the burger's actually very good. They're like Burger King, they're kind of tasty. And it wasn't really the fact that I wanted to eat Jasmy's. It's fast food, it's junk food. But I wanted to eat something that smelt of something, and it was good. But now we've come to the point where we're going to continue the diet, but I'm going to switch to being vegetarian.
And I'm going to fart on his food.
Nice.
No, that was actually a joke.
I hope it was. So, which means I can eat potatoes, and I can eat,
I like cat.
vegetable curry. So I'm going to be really, really, really happy to eat that sort of thing. And so I've made a transition now to eat vegetarian food. I miss tuna fish. I miss, things that, are tasty.
But you can't have tuna fish on vegetarian.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Forget that. No tuna. I'm going to have potatoes, and I'm going to have vegetable curries. That'll be fine for me.
So Jason mainly misses this the whole point of the cooking, the smell and that. But actually,
Yeah.
the thing about the raw is that when you don't cook food, you keep all the nutrients, and that's actually why we're doing it. But I think that it has been a pretty good detox already for both of us. In fact, actually, as we've already been talking about farts, I thought I'd move on to even finer topics of conversation, talk about poo.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the fun things that you look up on the internet. Because when you start any kind of a vegan diet, this kind of thing, the polite way of saying it is your stools change.
They do.
The stool colour changes, the consistency changes.
It does.
And there's been some interesting conversations that we've both had about this kind of thing. In fact, I think the most interesting was the idea that should it float or should it sink? So leave comments below and tell us what you think about the floaters and sinkers.
Yeah.
And the other interesting thing is the colour. And at the beginning, when you start detox, often what comes out is not a nice colour. And then you realise that actually this stuff is in your body, and what you're doing is getting rid of it, and that's amazing. And so actually I think that this is going to be something that we do on a regular basis, but maybe not for 40 days. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, the salads that you've made, I could eat those every day. So last night we went to some friends for food, and they've made a chicken curry and an egg curry, and we brought our salads with us. And what I loved, I did have the egg curry with a salad, and it was a wonderful combination because there was a smell and warmth of cooked eggs, cooked beautifully by our friend Angela, combined with this really healthy salad. And for me, that was a great meal. I loved it.
And I think one of the things to remember is it's the combination of foods which you need to think about in terms of what suits your body, because actually everybody's different. But also, like when you have the traditional kind of British dinner, it's always like the meat and the carbohydrates, the protein and the carbohydrates, and actually those combinations are a definite for weight gain. And so, Jason likes his potatoes. The point is, if you don't have the meat and the potatoes together, then it's much better for your body.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still really keen on the plant-based diet, and inspired by that book, How Not to Die.
Yeah.
So I'm still intending to carry on with that. I think it's awesome. But I don't believe in being religious about something, because I think when you make something like a religion, then actually you are putting restrictions on your life which aren't necessarily healthy, psychologically speaking.
That's right.
So I think it's really important that you look at all aspects of your well-being.
Yeah.
All aspects of your well-being, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and your spiritual well-being.
Yeah. For me, the process of eating and enjoying, we want to enjoy our food as well. And I think enjoying eating healthy food is part of a sense, as Lydia says, a sense of well-being. So not just forcing yourself to eat this raw food because you know it's good for you, but not enjoying the process. But trying to find a balance and a combination that works for you. So enjoy your food and eat healthily, and try and find a combination of ways of preparing food that's tasty,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to ask us about any of our recipes or what we've been eating, then please do in the comments below and we'll share with you. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you. Good night.